viewers, you're welcome to this show again, Breaches on OSBC TV. My name is Daji. Of course, on this program, we talk about restoring values to our society. We talk about people who have decided in their own way, as youth especially, and as children, to decide to take life, and make something out of it. We have shown you different videos on this program, and sometimes we have guests and probably some youth sometimes who are doing something great in their field. And today, of course, I have someone from the non-governmental organization, someone who has started to help the youth and the teenagers, for them to be able to realize their dreams for life. They are doing something in that regard. They're called Naturals Foundation, and her name is Mrs. Daji Mowoe Oyetundun. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's nice to have you on the show.
Pleasure being here.
Naturals. Let me just start from that name. To nurture something is probably to help that something to grow, to making it a beautiful thing. How did it come about, that foundation?
Well, as the name goes, Naturals was set up to raise a new generation of youth. It came as a result of a burden that was placed in my mind, like in 2007. Seeing the youth, I just felt, okay, Nigeria is where it is today because we have leaders that were not prepared for the positions they find themselves in now. Yes, so I decided, okay, what are we going to do to change this? So I felt, okay, this is a new generation of people. Let us train them, let us raise them. Let us give them a new mindset. Yeah. There should be an overhaul of their mindset. Teach them what they should be doing right now to prepare them for the future.
For the future. Yeah, you talked about leaders that they didn't prepare themselves.
Yes.
Right? And probably they find themselves to be leaders. And why do you call them leaders if they are not prepared to be leaders?
Oh, well, they are leaders today as a result of the position they found themselves in right now. But when you're talking about a leader is meant to be prepared. Or should I say they were ill prepared for the positions they find themselves in. And that's why they are making various mistakes. And nobody is perfect. But when you prepare someone for that position, the person performs better than when the person is not prepared. And that's why Naturals was brought up. Yes, to raise a new generation of leaders that will be responsible to themselves first and to the nation at large. Okay,
well, I have had people talk about what you're doing right now. First of all, I must commend you, the fact that you decide to give life to people and give them a redirection, possibly, if I can use that word. But I've seen so many people do this kind of thing, okay, we're doing this in charge of youth and teenagers and children and so many things, even wife of many governors are doing a lot of things in that regard. Is there anything that distinguishes you from the general thing that everyone is doing?
Well, one of our modus operandi is vocational training. Okay. Apart from teaching these children how to discover themselves, we also go a step further in developing them. And what we do is we discover, we empower, and we expose. After self-discovery, we empower them. How do we empower them? We see in the country today, we don't have jobs in the country. And we don't want these children to be a part of that population.
Are you sure there are no jobs?
There are no jobs.
I want to disagree. There are jobs, I'm telling you. Okay, maybe you can continue to talk. But I think there are
limited jobs, right?
Limited, you can put it that way.
Limited jobs. Yeah. And do you know how many graduates come out of schools every year? Do we know that?
Yeah,
compared to the jobs that are available. So we believe that if these children are taught in school how to be self-dependent, they could go out, they will still get jobs, but at least they will be self-reliant. They won't be miscreants in the society, they won't be jobless, they won't be idle. They would know how to depend on themselves. We teach them catering, we teach them fashion designing, shoemaking, so many other things, makeup, just to be self-reliant. And then we've noticed that when we empower these kids, it helps them in their self-confidence and their self-esteem. It helps them, they see beyond where they are right now. Because so many of them have given up on themselves. Because of the society, they've given up on themselves, they've given up on the country. And we are here to tell you, no, this is not where it ends for you. You can still make something good out of your life.
Okay, well, I want to quickly put this, when people say there are no jobs or probably there are limited jobs, I know Nigeria, basically, we have focused on a particular field for some years now. You know, ever since oil was discovered in Nigeria in 1958, the first exploitation that we did was in 1958. But right now, even as you're driving around town, you are going to see expanse of land everywhere. I'm telling you, if all the graduates that Nigeria produced in the last 10 years goes into farming, we cannot finish working on the farmland that we have. So I want to say that even jobs are not limited. You know, I think beyond the craft that you are teaching them, some youths, you know, or I don't know what your view is about agriculture, commercial farming.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And we are open. We are open to suggestions. We are open to ideas on how to groom these children. It's not only in crafts, like you said. We would put agriculture on our list. Yes, we will.
All right. Well, okay. Let's move on. You know, a part of the things that you're doing as far as nurturers are concerned is to work on the behavior of the teenagers. You know, you see a lot of things today. Let me just give you an example. There's something that happened in one of the schools around. You know, it's not in the show anyway, but it happened recently that a boy in a school, an SS1 student, decided to come to school with jazz, voodoo as they call it, and eventually eat a female copper with the voodoo. The female copper followed him home, and he had, you know, sex with her and got her pregnant. A secondary school student, SS1. I mean, how would you say those things happen around here?
They do.
I mean, what are the efforts you're making correcting these things, you know, in probably to bring about a better behavior, like you said, in your profile?
We've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot in the course of going out to secondary schools. And what we as Nurturers Foundation is doing is we are trying to bring these children in under a place. We do what we call constant talking, training and retraining. And we also train the teachers, because we realize that these children do not fear their teachers.
Do you do that only in public schools?
Mainly public schools, because we realize that these vices, these tendencies are in public schools. We do in private schools also, but I've just realized that public schools have been relegated. Yes. And then we realize that children in this public, if you would be amazed, sir, that children in public schools, when they are in a competition with private schools, they usually come out tops.
In public schools?
Yes.
Did you go to public school?
I went to a federal government school. It's a public school.
It's a public school.
Yes, I went to a federal government school. And then we were taught, I went to Queen's College. It's one of the best schools in Nigeria.
No, don't give me that. Don't give me that.
It's one of the best schools. And when we were in school, we were taught how to be queens. Yes, and that is what we are bringing back to the schools. We were taught how to behave. If you behave in a certain manner and our principal should catch you, you're in trouble. We were taught how to comport ourselves. We were taught how to greet elders. My mom would always say then that each time she came to my school, she would always say, why is it that your mates are always greeting? They can pass by you 10 times. They can pass by the same person and they will still greet you. We were taught we were taught self-esteem. We were taught self-confidence. We were taught integrity. We were taught comportment. And then we were engaged. Apart from our school curriculum, we had so many other things we were doing. We had, so many other things. We had impromptu speeches. We had dance clubs. We had debate clubs. We had so many. And those things are lacking in schools today. And that's why you would see a child with joy. Because, you know, a child's mind is very creative. A very, very creative mind. But that child's mind has to be engaged. If that child's mind is not engaged, it will be engaged negatively. And that's why you see a child going to school with voodoo. Because the child, what did the child think? What was he thinking? To the extent that he had to go to voodoo.
How did we get here?
How did we get here? I think negligence.
On the part of who?
I would say negligence on the part of every Nigerian.
What
on the
about
part of the teachers, on the part of the government, on the part of the parents.
What
on
about,
the part
what about
of
the child?
individuals.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I always say, a child has a tendency to be either good or bad. There is no dull child, like I always say. A child is a product of his environment. Yes. The home, the school. And that's why in the course of our training, we train parents also. Yeah. We bring parents into the picture because we realize that so many children are going through so much at home, and then they transfer this aggression in school.
But I think that the first leader of any child is the parents.
Yes.
And there is need for the parents to actually get themselves nurtured according to probably the moral values are being reduced from the parents. Or maybe I don't know what to think about that, because that's what I used to feel. If the parents are not well groomed, you know, there is no way they can transfer something better into the children.
Definitely, and that's why I said we bring parents into the picture every time. We have training and retraining. We train parents, we train teachers. Also, we realize that parents also are after money just to take care of the child. But I always say it is good, but there should be a balance. There should be a balance.
Creating time for them.
Yes, when you go after the money and you spend and you bring the money home, and the child is already has gone haywire, what do? Is that same money you spend to rehabilitate the child?
I think this is where you should agree with me quite well about the agricultural thing, because I know in those days it's either the father is very much into farming, extremely into farming, and the mother is probably a primary school teacher or something that closes by 2. So the father goes to farm in the morning and comes back say 12, and they have time to be at home. But right now today, daddy is a banker, mommy is a banker, and there is somebody that is taking care of the kids at home. They don't even have time to interact and things like that. One way or the other, the values standard is reduced at that rate. You know, how long are we going to continue to be in this kind of scenario?
It's pathetic, and that's why we're working. We're working so hard to see that things change, and that's why we say we are raising a new generation. We believe so much in Nigeria. We believe that Nigeria would one day be the best nation to live in this world. That's our dream, and we are starting from these children.
I'm hoping to witness that day.
Yes, it will come. We shouldn't give up, especially on these kids. They have been relegated, and if I may say something here, so much attention has been given to entertainment, music, dance, and everything. We are not grooming these children in the aspect of education. We're not grooming them to use their minds effectively. You see when a price tag is given to a dance competition, 5 million naira, 10 million naira, and then you see a spelling bee competition and the price tag is 100,000 naira. If I were a child, I won't do the spelling bee. I would go for the dance competition. And that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to change that mindset.
But I really feel a change is being made, because I had an experience last year in the state of Osun. The wife of the governor, Alaja Sherifa Altaribo, she was very much in charge of a particular spelling bee. You know, I was there, and
a public school.
A public school girl. The lady was actually taken to the United States of America to see how it's done. I think this kind of incentive and motivation can really drive you. You know, I can't wait to see more of that. You know, not just for me to be watching all those people. I'm saying it's not good. I mean, it's nothing bad going into entertainment.
Definitely.
But there must be education that drives you first, you know, for you to probably discover yourself. You know, it's actually one of the things I want to talk about, discovery. Also, I saw that in your profile. Discovery of so many things. You know, I tell you, one of the things that a child can discover is probably to go into the entertainment.
Yeah, definitely. We encourage them. If you want to go into entertainment, fine, but you must be educated. You must be educated.
Go to school.
Yes, go to school. We've had so many instances where children will come up to us and tell us, we don't want to go to school, we just want to go into music. And then we sit them down. It's not what you see. It goes beyond what you see. It goes beyond the music. You know, the way an educated person would do music could be different from the way an uneducated person would do music. So we try to tell them, get educated.
I think I agree with you. In February this year, I had opportunity to interview Keith Daniel, the guy who sang Mowoe, and I was surprised that he had first class.
Really?
Yeah, he graduated at 21, and he's doing a fantastic job right now. You know, you see composure and things he does. You know, look at people like Ashar. You see they are well educated.
You see their music is different.
It's different. You know, you're gonna see all of that. I think, you know, probably these are the ways at which we can encourage someone out there that really want to do this thing. You know, education actually gives you a stance.
Yeah, it does.
And it makes you to have a standard in whatever you do.
Standard,
okay. There's this thing you mentioned. I also saw on your profile that really attracts me, and it has become something serious in our society. You talked about the teenage sex and in the implications. You know, what are you doing in this regard?
Oh well, that's a major focus for us right now. Teenage sex, teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
What we do is, as I said earlier, educate them on reasons why they shouldn't go into teenage sex. And we try to engage them also. We bring the females differently from the males. We talk to them, we bring health experts to talk to them. It's not only the pregnancies, also diseases that you could get from it. And then we just let them bear their minds, because we realize that these children have a lot of questions on their minds. And if there is nobody to answer those questions, I mean a positive person, a role model to answer those questions, they will get answers to those questions elsewhere from negative means. And that is where we come in. We try to bridge the gap. Okay, what are your questions? Let us know. You know, they learn so many things outside that we do not know, that parents don't know about, teachers don't know about. And that's where we come down to their level. Okay, what have you heard about sex? What excites you so much about sex? You know, it's when they don't know about it, they want to experiment. So we bring it, we bring it to the table. This is what it is. It's not meant for you now. You would do this later. You would even get tired of it. But and then we tell the ladies, there is no guy that is good enough, handsome enough, wealthy enough to make you drop out of school because of teenage pregnancy. No guy is worth it. We try to teach them it is very important, self-confidence and self-esteem is lacking in most of these children, especially the girls. They see themselves as okay, I need someone to tell me I'm beautiful. We tell them they are beautiful. I need someone to tell me I'm hardworking. We tell them you're hardworking. You can go somewhere.
I think the boys know how to say it differently than the way you are going to say it.
Okay, we try to say it the way the boys say it. we actually bring good role models, men, women, that will talk to them. And then we've achieved a lot of success. We've gone.
Okay, so far you are now in the state of Osun. How far have you gone in helping the students around here? I know the government is doing a lot, you know, to help all the students around here. And what are you doing? You know, right now that you're in the state, the schools so far, we need to reach them. We need to reach out. There are so many schools around here.
Yes. The first stage we've started the first stage. We've been going to schools to just sensitize them. We go to their assembly grounds, we talk to them, just a 5-minute talk. This is why we are here. We tell them, we try to boost their morale, and then we are coming back to do our everything we do, our seminars, our scholarship scheme.
Okay.
Also, we help the indigent but brilliant students. We give scholarship scheme. We are also looking into going into partnership with the state government and also other corporate bodies and individuals, because I realize that the philanthropy nature in Nigerians it's on a
downside.
Yeah, it is. And so we are trying to boost them. Help. You have money. Help these children. There's a lot. You'll be amazed. When you go to their houses, they lack so many things. And yet these children, in the midst of this suffering, in the midst of this lack, they are making it. They are brilliant children. They are ready to learn. Why don't we encourage them? They are our future. Like I always say, the youth is the future of this country.
Do you believe that?
I 100%.
I've been hearing that since I was a child.
They are the I always tell them. Like I always say, Wale Soyinka was saying something. He said the present generation of leaders, he said it on TV one time, and then I totally disagreed with him. He said that the present generation of leaders are a wasted generation. And then this present generation of youth is a wasting generation. And
wasting.
It's continuous. Yes. And then I said, well, sir, even if you are a Nobel laureate, I beg to disagree. We are not a wasting generation.
I think it's all about perspective.
Yes.
Because usually, normally when you just go out there and you listen to some people. There was a day I went to one of the universities around here. I was just there for a program, and I was noticing all the students around. Sometimes, I don't imagine myself in a university environment, and you see a university student just come to the campus and wear slippers. Honestly, I saw that a lot, and I was so grieved in my spirit. How will I address you if I see you this way? You are just like one other guy, just one other guy out there, And I don't know. I was actually challenging them on that day, and I was talking to the ladies. Come, how do these guys even toast you when they dress like this, and they agree? In that kind of a thing, there is a need, just like you talk about self-esteem. There is a need for us to have more of that. But honestly, I don't think we are a wasting generation. I think so, we are going to get better. Yes. I believe so much in rehabilitation, even if you have people that have gone wrong, on the other side. Okay. And also, before I let you go, I just want you to look at Nigeria as a whole perspective, and our government and everything, governance right now. What do you think the role is there a place for the youth?
Definitely, there's a place for the youth, because the youth will eventually govern this country.
But I've not seen any already, anywhere. Except you see them as maybe special advisors.
They still do not. There's still this mindset, and that's why we are changing mindset. There's still this mindset that the youth they have nothing to offer this country.
Maybe that's why Wole Soyinka said what he said.
Yes, and then when we begin to train these children and they begin to see a difference, perhaps they'll give them a place in governance.
Okay, well, I must say that you have really done well, concerning what you're doing in Nurturers Foundation, and I want to believe that there'll be more challenges for you as you are going out there, because even yourself, I can see call you a youth.
Yeah,
I am. And you're already working on some teenagers for them to get better in life. Well, this is what we say every time on this show. There is a need for you as a child, there is a need for you as a teenager, as a youth, to get better and just to put yourself in a position. Sometimes you watch some people on TV that are Nigerians, you wonder, look at this young woman, look at this young man, what they are doing unto themselves. Recently I was watching one of the Nigerian musicians, the blind guy called Cobams Asuku. Cobams is blind. Even despite all of that, you will see the mental capability of this man whenever he talks, and you see them, so many of them. Why don't you try and do something about yourself, about your life, so that you can become a better person? You never can say. You could be the next person to be recommended to be a minister or ambassador to Nigeria, even as a youth. It is possible. You just need to work on yourself. Someone out there is watching you and trying to make a discovery of who you are. I want to say thank you to Ms. Oyetundun for coming on the show.
Thank you very much
today. And I hope to see more of you, probably again after during your programs and your seminars. Yes. Okay. Well, that was Bridges today for you on OSBC TV. My name is Daji. Until next time, have a good evening.